Hello my dear friends, so welcome to the lecture number 6. This is the logic building session. So in this lecture we are going to solve the problem computing power. Okay, so what will be given in the question? In question there are two inputs will be given to x and n. These are the two inputs that will be given to us. So suppose if the question is like this, if x value is 2 and n value is 3, so what you have to do, you have to compute the power of 2 to the power 3. It means what you have to do, you have to multiply 2 3 times, and what you have to return, you have to return output as 8. It means when input is x is equal to 2 and n is equal to 3, you need to return output as 8. Similarly, when x is equal to 3 and n is equal to 4, we know that 3 to the power 4 is 81. Okay, so this is the question. Now think of an approach how you can solve this. So generally what we do, if I ask you to find the power of 5 to the power 7, so what you will do, first of all you will multiply 5 by 5, then again by 5, then again by 5, then again by 5, then again by 5, and then again by 5. I think it's 7 times only. Yes, this is the approach that you use to calculate 5 to the power 7. Now we have to tell computer same thing, that calculate 5 to the power 7. So one method can be, we can say computer, okay, first of all multiply 5, okay. So what I will do, I need to multiply it by 7 times. So what I will do, first of all I will take one variable, let's say one result variable which value is 1. Then what I will do, I will run the for loop. So one time I will multiply with 5. So what is the value? 5. Now in this 5 what I need to do, I need to again multiply with 5. So I will get 25. Then again I will run the loop and again I will multiply by 5. So till n is equal to 7, what we will do, we will run a loop and we will store the result, and then at the end we are going to return the result. So for this a method is very simple. Suppose the function name is power. Here we have input x and n. So what we will do, we are going to store result, and initially suppose result is 1, because multiplying any number with 1 does not affect our result. Okay, so what I will do, I will run a for loop. So for I in range of n. So what this statement tells, that initially by default I value will be 0, and it is, this loop is going to run n minus 1 time. Okay, this is going to be the range, or you can say the range is going to be 0 to n. If you are writing square bracket, it means n minus 1 is included, and if I write open bracket, it means value less than n, and it works only for the integer values. Correct? Now what I will do, I will say result is equal to result into x. Okay, and once this for loop ends, what I will do, I will return the result. Suppose let us take a easy example. Let us find the power of 2 to the power 4. So you will get input 2 and 4. So initially result was 1. So I value is initially 0 and n value is 4. Okay, so I is equal to 0 and we know n is equal to 4. So it will, what it will do, result is equal to result, what is the value? 1 into, what is the value of x? X value is 2. So multiply with 2. So result will be updated with the value 2. So I value will become 1 now. So result what will be? Result will be 2 into x. So what is x? 2, and result is 4 now. Now what will happen? I value will increase to 2. So result will be 4 result into x. So 4 into 2, that is 8. Now our result has been updated to 8, and I value is also updated to 3. So result will be 8 into 2, that is 16. Okay, so once I value is 3, now I value will increase to 4. Now I told you this loop will run value till n minus 1 only. So our n value was 4. So this loop will run for n is equal till n is equal to 3 only. So we will come out of this loop. And what we have done, we have written the result. And what was there in our result? In result we have 16. Okay, so this is one of the method. So in this method what we have done, we have run this loop n times. So I can say that if we talk about the time complexity, so time complexity will be theta of n, and here we are not using some extra space, so space complexity will be constant. Okay, so this is the one of the method to find the power of a number. Okay, now if I ask you to pause the video for 1 minute and think of some other approach, how we can solve this question in some different way. I hope you have think of some approach, but if you got any approach, it's okay. But if you don't got any approach, then also it's okay. I will going to explain you. Suppose you need to calculate 3 to the power 5. Okay. Before going to calculate 3 to the power 5, let's calculate 3 to the power 6. Okay. So we know that this power is divisible by 2. So what we can do is we can divide the power and then we can multiply the numbers. Okay, if the power is even, what we will do, we will reduce the power by half and we will multiply them, so it will help us to reduce our calculation. So earlier what we were doing, we were multiplying 3 6 times. Okay, so now instead of going 6 times, what we will do, we will calculate this value 3 to the power half of this and we will multiply with the same result. Okay, so once only we will calculate this and then we will multiply our result. So it will reduce our time, it will reduce our iteration to half of the iteration. Okay, if we are taking the example of 6. Okay, suppose if you take a very big number, okay, then we will see how the iterations are going to be reduced. Suppose if I give you power of, let's say, 2 to the power 82. Okay, so now if you are going to multiply 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 82 times, so it will take a lot of time. Okay, generally also if you going to go by this method, then it will take a lot of time if you solve manually also. So to solve this question, what you need to do, you need to do some tricks. Okay, what trick you can do, that 2 to the power 82 can be written like this, 2 to the power 41 multiplied by 2 to the power 41. It means we have reduced power to half. So we will calculate this value and then we will multiply this. Now tell me one thing, can we reduce this to more? Yes, we can reduce this to more. So before moving to this example, try to calculate 3 to the power 5. Here you can think better. Okay, so if someone asks you calculate 3 to the power 5, so what I will recommend you is subtract, if the power is odd, subtract it by 1. So what you are going to get, 3. Now it will become 3 to the power 4. Now try to reduce this. So 3 into 3 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 2. Okay, now again if the power is reducible, so try to reduce it. So 3 to the power 1 multiply by 3 to the power 1 multiply by 3 to the power 1 multiply by 3 to the power 1. So now it will help us to ease our calculation. Because if we calculate this once, we are not going to again calculate it. We will just multiply it with the same thing. So this is the logic. So what is the logic? If power is odd, what we have done, we have taken out one x and we have reduced the power. Okay, similarly if we have to calculate 2 to the power 41, so instead of calculating 2 to the power 41, what we will do, we will calculate 2 into 2 to the power 40. Now we can again use our formula of this, that if the power is even, reduce to half and then calculate the value. Okay, so this is going to be a recursive approach. Okay, so I am going to write the logic for this and then we will show you the dry run for this code. Okay, so here is the code that I have written for you. Okay, so we will dry run and test the code. Suppose if the question is given power 3:5, 3 raised to power 5 is given. So first of all, it will check whether n is equal to 0 or not. So as you can see, what is the value of x here? X value is 3 and n value is 5. So it is not 0. So we will first, what we will do, we will calculate a temporary. So temporary will be calling that function power again. Okay, calling that function power again by passing x, and it is 5 by 2. So 5 divided by 2, it will give us the value 2 because it is always giving us the integer solution. Correct? So we have called the power function again. Okay, so we will again come here and we will check, is n equal to 0? No, n is not equal to 0. Then what we will do, we will again calculate temp. So temp will be again power 3 and 2 by 2 will be 1. Okay, so we have again call our power function. So it will again come to this first place. It will check if n is greater than is 0. No, n value is 1. So what we will do, we will again call this temp function which is power 3. Now 1 divided by 2 will be 0. Okay, so again we have called the temporary function and we have called the power function, and we have come to the place. Now n is equal to 0. Okay, so if we have written the condition that if n equal to 0, what we need to do, we need to return 1. So what we will do here, instead of this, so temporary, it is going to be updated in 1. It means our temp value will become 1 now. Correct? Have you got it? What we have done, temp value has become 1 now. Okay, so now temp value has become 1. Now we have come to one step up. So this step was already done. Okay, now temp will be temp into temp. Okay, so we will come to this place. So temp will be, so what is the value of temp? It was 1, so it will be 1, but we have written to this position now. So now 1 multiply by 3 multiply by 1. So what we are going to get? We are going to get value as 3. Okay, this is going to come here. Now what we will do, we will move temp is equal to temp is calculated, right? Now what we will do, if n percentage 2 equal to 0, what we will do, we will return temporary solution. Otherwise what we will do, we will return temp into x. Okay, so what is the value of n right now? So here n value is 1. Okay, so if n value is 1, so what we will do, we will return temp into x. So temp value was 3, so we will return 3 into x, so it will become 9. Okay, so here it is going to be updated with 9. Correct? Now again what we will do, this step is already done, so temp will be temp into temp. So temp value will become 9 into 9, 81. Correct? Now 81. Now what we will do, we need to check what is the value of n now. N value is 2. So 2 percentage 2 is 0. So we will directly return 81. What we will do? Now we will come to this position. Okay, here the temp value is updated to 81 now. Now what we will do? We will come and check temp is equal to temp into temp. Okay, and if n percentage 2 equal to 0, what we need to do, we need to return the temp, and if it is not, then we need to return the value. So as we have already reached to our solution, because this was the starting point and here we reached the solution, so we know that 3 to the power 5 is 81. So we will come out of this loop. Okay, we will get our final solution. So for this video, okay, let's take one more example if you are little bit of confused. Okay, let me try to give you some more examples, so it will help you to give more clarity. Okay, so let me write here power of, let's say this time 2 to the power 5. Okay, instead of 5, let's say 2 to the power 7. Let us calculate. Okay, let me remove this part so that it will easier to you. I will zoom the screen so it will be helpful to you also. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to calculate 2 to the power 7. Okay, so how we are going to get in the input section? In the input section we are going to get power 2 to the power 7. Correct? So we will run the code. So first of all 2 to the power 7 is there. So here we will check the condition. Condition is not true. So what we will do, we will call temp is equal to power, I am writing POW, 2, 7 by 2 will be again 3. Okay, so once we have reached this point, we have again called the function. So these steps are pending now. Okay, so we will follow these steps afterward, but a new call is done, so I am indicating like this. Okay, so again what we will do, now it will check n is equal to 0. No. So what we will do, our temporary will be power 2, 3 by 2 value is 1. Here also these steps are pending, but as we have called again our function, so first what we will do, we will solve the function again, and then we will solve all the pending steps. Correct? Now what we will do, we will get temp is equal to power, n is not equal to 0. So what we will do, we will come and calculate power 2. Now 1 by 2 will be 0. Now what we have done, here some steps are pending, but we have done the function call again. So we will go and check and see what is the function call now. Now here we have come n equal to 0. So return 1. It means this temp is going to be updated by 1. Okay. What this will return? It will return 1. So we have not done any other call. So this is temp value will become 1 now. Now I told you some pending steps are left. So temp will be temp into temp. So new temp will be 1 into 1. Okay. Now what I have done, last step is n percentage 2. So what is the value of 0? 0 percentage 2. So if you are going to divide any number by 0, you are going to get 0 only. Correct? So what we need to do, we need to return temp. So here what we will get, this value is going to be updated by 1. Now I told you that this function work is completed. So let us mark this as by red pen. This is done. Now we will follow again the same step. Temp is equal to temp into temp. Okay. So 1 into 1. Then I told you if n percentage 2 equal to 0, return temp. So now value is 1. So 1 percentage 2 is 1. No, it's not 1. So what we will do, we will return temp into x. So temp value is 1, and what is the value of x? X value we know in the question it was 2. So what we will do, we will finish this, and what we will do, we will return finally 1 into 2, that is 2. So finally temp is holding the value 2 now. So this call is done. This call is entirely done. We will come to here. Then we know some steps are pending here. So temp value was 2 now. Now what it will do, temp is equal to temp into temp. So first of all, temp value is going to be updated to 4. Now it will see if there is 3. So 3 percentage 2 is 0. No. So what we need to do, we need to return temp into x. So temp into 2. So what we will return 8. So this function call is done, and what we will do, we will return the value as 8. Okay. Now again here some things is pending. So what we will do, temp is equal to temp into temp. So temp value will be 8 into 8, 64. It will check whether it is divisible by 2 or not. So it is not, as it is not divisible by 2, it will return temp into x. It means 64 into 2. So what we are going to get, 128. So here we reached. So our all the recursive call are done, and we reached 2 to the power 7 as 128. I hope dry run is clear now. If it is not clear, please try to watch this 2 to the power 7 approach once again. And I am keeping only one video in the solution, as logic building is important. So you should know how recursion works. Okay, how you are going backward and how the call is done, how computer will take the memory and everything. Okay, so it will reduce our time complexity to theta of log of n, because here we are doing the recursive call. For the recursive call, it takes log of n time because it depends upon the height of the tree. So for the recursive call, I will teach you how to find the time complexity. For as of now, just remember that if it is a recursive call where the power is reducing to half every time, so it is theta of log of n time complexity. Okay, so if you have any kind of confusion, please let me know in the comment section. I will try to help you in all the possible ways. Okay, thank you.